when I think about Mexico, I think about Pedro. Have you seen the movie Napoleon Dynamite? Vote for Pedro, yeah. Yeah, mustache as well, mustache.
Sombreros? And probably like guacamole.
Nachos.
Sombrero.
Ole!
Play burritos,
Yep.
enchiladas.
Sombreros.
Tacos,
Yeah.
quesadillas, like wraps, guacamole. I think of Frida Kahlo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all I can
What
think
about
of.
you, Holly?
I think of Nacho Libre.
Sombrero, Mexican. Actually.
Food has played an essential role in my life. Aside from keeping me alive, the everyday activities of eating and cooking have provided me with the values, skills, and relationships I hold to this day. When I began studying anthropology, it became clear there was so much more to food than I'd ever known. I quickly learnt how essential food is in studying the foundation of societies, communities, families, and identity. Eating, I soon realised, represents cultural identity, how we perceive ourselves and how we perceive others. What one eats defines who one is. Wellington, New Zealand has a vibrant culinary scene, with restaurants representing cultures from all over the world. Each and every bar, cafe and restaurant tells a distinctive story of home, identity and community. Combining my passion for food and my love of anthropology, I started to think about how I could be the person to tell such a story. And one day, I happened to stumble upon a corner of Mexico, tucked away at the back of Left Bank Mall, vibrant, colourful and projecting smell, sound and an obvious passion for food. I knew I'd found the restaurant, the place in which I could share stories of Mexican cuisine and the passion of those dedicated to bringing their culture to our city. As I turned my camera on and began my journey, I became immersed in a world of love, dedication, laughter, frustrations, friendships, family, and of course food. My name is Taylor, and this is the story of Viva Mexico.
Well, this place started in Wellington Market from another two girls, which is, they know my family, related, but they are part of the family of Viva Mexico now. They are Raquel and Cristina. They start the name in Wellington Market and start doing Mexican food, traditional Mexican food. I was really surprised because they didn't want to hear about Burrito Brothers or Tex-Mex food. They start doing the way they should be Mexican food shown to the Kiwi people. Not only a fancy, pretty plate. They wanted to do first good flavors and real items that we eat in Mexico. I was really surprised and I really like it, and I went to meet them one day and I started being their customers. I helped a little bit with the murals that were before and with the tables. We make fun tables and paint them. And then they said, well, would you be interested on get the lease and buy the items on the restaurant? And I said, yeah, but I don't have money. I had the bid working at Burrito Brothers and a tasting room. And David is a really important piece in this story because I told him about the offer of getting the restaurant for ourselves. And he emailed me. I got a friend who is able to lend money to us. And they were like wicked. And then when I got that email, I quit.
I was working in 2007, I can remember, in America, in Montana. And then my visa expired, so I had to come back to Mexico to fix my papers again. And I was in the neighborhood. Antonio used to live like 2 houses beside my one. And he was on holiday that time in Mexico City. His say, well, you don't like, would you like come to New Zealand to work like you? I said, yeah. He said, okay, send me your papers and your CV, and we talked with my boss, with Antonio boss. In that moment, that became my boss.
I remember my childhood, my suburb and my times with family. I cook with my grandmother and my mother on Sundays for the whole family, which is quite a lot. We spend the whole morning cooking for lunchtime and have leftovers for dinner. But we were about 30 people in the same house, which is quite a lot.
You don't learn in school and stuff like that. You learn in your family. And all the flavors are. Mexican food is really nice and simple, but you have to be there, or you have to know to meet the real Mexican food. You know the flavor, you're gonna know what we try.
So you feel like you learned more with your family?
Yeah, of course. I'm totally agree. Actually, I did one Mexican salsa with green tomatillo, fresh tomatillo, and I did it today, and I tried to make it like how my mom, and I taste them, and was like I got like flashbacks when I tried that one, and my mom cooked for me.
The reason that all the ethnic communities especially they try to make their ethnic food is that the aromas and spices suddenly take you all the way back to your home country, to your mother's kitchen, to your cousins' weddings, to your outing you had with friends, and the smell of kebab wafting through the air, and just transports you all the way back. And also, it's very important to maintain that and teach our children. That's a very easy connection, important connection between us and the home country in terms of teaching our children to enjoy it, to be aware of it, to be proud of it. That's part of their identity. Really, food is part of the identity because every culture has its own. They may be similar, there's a lot of similarities, but every culture adds its own bits to it, spices, doing it this way, or ingredients that are available in their own environment. The essential aim of the trust is to increase tolerance and peace, really, in the community in New Zealand at large. And the best way for that is to raise awareness of other people, other culture, other things that are happening around us. One way of telling those stories is through food. Food for Migrating Kitchen is like an entree. It's a simple thing to do, and everybody relates, every culture relates to food. It became a good icebreaker, and also it was very easy for the ethnic communities to get interested and excited about it, because that's what they do at home. It was easy to put it on and make it available to other people. Also, through Migrating Kitchen, a lot of people can come forward that otherwise wouldn't have the choice. Like often moms who stay at home and look after the children, but they're not part of the social fiber of the community. With cooking, it really taps them on the shoulder and say, come forward. And from the people who come and visit, there's a lot of New Zealanders who are interested in discovering different foods. So they come for that, and then they realize there is this culture behind it. And for us, really, it was more anecdotal comments people made. Like they said, oh, so that's what this is about, and that's who you are, and I'm cooking Persian food today, for example, or Chilean, or Mexican, or Japanese. Or they said that now next time we read something about Iran in the paper or see it in media, we won't accept it just as it is. We would think about it. And to me, that's the best awareness you can generate, really, because there is more behind the boxes that ethnic communities are putting than meets the eye.
Migrant Kitchen is trying something new this year. As someone who's been participants like Antonio and his team in the years past, I have seen the power that it has. It brings out all the people in the migrant and refugee communities that otherwise would not be out there in the workforce or active in the community. But they live here and they will feel part of New Zealand, and they really jump at the chance to showcase their culture and cuisine. And we also appreciate working with other communities. It's like an instant neighborhood that Migrating Kitchen creates, and different communities every time 5, 6, depending on the format, come together and we learn about each other. And that's one of the best parts of it. Without further ado, I hand over to Antonio Gonzalez, who runs the 2 cafes called Viva Mexico in Wellington. And it's rumored that their cuisine is the best. The way they do it is the best in Wellington. Thank you.
Pero yo por ti me muero, dicen que ando muy errado, que despierte de mi sueño, pero se han equivocado, porque yo he de ser tu dueño. ¿Qué voy a hacer? De veras te quiero, ya te adoré, olvidarte no puedo. Necesito una fortuna que debo bajar del cielo, las estrellas y la luna, yo no bajaré la luna, y las estrellas tampoco, aunque no tenga fortuna, porque las poquito a poco, ¿qué voy a hacer? De veras te quiero, ya te adoré, olvidarte no puedo, ¿qué voy a hacer? De veras te quiero, ya te adoré, olvidarte no puedo. ¡Échale!
How really eat in Mexico City? We don't eat fancy Mexican food. We eat beans, rice, and corn tortilla, That's the basic diet of the Mexicans.
It's nothing like nachos. Nothing like that,
nothing like nachos, burritos.
Do you get a lot of customers come in that don't really know much about Mexican and they ask you for nachos?
Yeah, we have lots of them. They ask for burritos or for nachos or for like hard shell tacos.
Yeah.
Which is I think it's a common stereotype like anywhere in the world, like in the States they start like selling like like crunchy tacos. We don't really eat like crunchy tacos in
And in the
Mexico.
supermarket here as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of gives the wrong idea into the customers. So no wonder why they came and asked for that kind of stuff. Because I don't think we have burritos in Mexico. Maybe I lived in the north part of Mexico in Los Cabos, and they sell burritos over there, but pretty much it's only for Americans. Like no locals will like have them.
Mexico get all our frustrations out from what was Mexico showing to you, and also went to complain to the TV for Del Paso advertising. You seen them?
Yeah, I know.
Ever since man has eaten tacos, he has asked the question, how do you stop them falling over? Many have tried to find the answer. Then one day,
¿Qué tal que tuviera una base plana?
introducing all Del Paso stand and stop, flat bottom tacos that don't fall down and are easier to fill. All Del Paso, true genius, Mexican style.
It makes me so angry because we not like that. We don't eat like that. We don't eat taco shells. And they are pretending they are Mexicans on the table. It just makes me so angry. And I said, you are bad informing you people, why are you doing that? This is Americanized. Del Paso is an American company. That's not Mexico, mate. And I'm about to make an email for the TV just saying, look, you make me embarrassed. We're not like that.
But I can hear why the people ask, you know, like you have nachos, you have these, you have burritos. Oh, why you don't have burritos? You know, the first thing Mexicans they think we are like burritos or nachos. They don't know we are heaps of ingredients of the stuff. You know, it's not like that. And the guys try to show the people. You know, like we don't need burritos because that's from American culture. Try to explain a little bit.
America in the States, they adopt Mexican culture because they don't have culture, you know, and Mexican culture is really big, but they are also ignorance. They don't know what's happening on Cinco de Mayo. They think Cinco de Mayo is our Independence Day, but it's not. Our Independence Day is on the 15th and 16th of September. They also think the Day of the Dead belongs to the States as well, and then all the culture, they just kind of like wanted to steal it, you know. Yeah. But it never gonna happen because Mexico is really strong, and we got roots from probably 1500 years before Christ coming to the world, you know. We got ancient culture that they haven't disappeared. They're still there. We got about 52 dialects and languages of different indigenous that hasn't they did not disappear yet. That means that they're strong. We're not inventing anything. We just live the way we are, the way we do it up there, and then we try to make it a little Mexico here, you know. On the language, on the flavors, on the colors, on the music. Sometimes I feel limited because the regulations in New Zealand, but I was actually talking to one of my friends yesterday, and we do two real taqueria in Mexico City, and I said, you want to see what a real taqueria looks in Mexico City? And I type it, and he got shocked. He said, that's a taqueria, and I said, that's a real taqueria. What we got is the beginning of that. But if I do this in New Zealand, then people will be more interested in Mexican food because this is just a little taste of Mexico. In Mexico, all the chefs cook on your eyes. It's like teppanyaki. You get into the restaurant and you see what is being cooked for you on your hands, on your eyes. Sorry, you see the people. You see the chefs cooking for you and get you plate in 2 minutes. You know, you don't wait. I spend more than 60 hours a week in the restaurant. Also because Newtown is another baby that we got. It's taking another 10 hours a week or something also. Maybe 70 hours a week. It's quite tiring. It's very, it's a slave work. You basically live in there for the thing. I got kids. I don't have much time for them, and I just lose my partner because I didn't have enough time for her as well. Yeah, that's the bad thing. This is the bad thing of being in hospitality owner. Yeah. It's quite hard. Yeah.
So when I was at the high school, I take the decision to become a chef, and it was quite hard for my family to pay my school, you know, because in Mexico we don't have free. Well, we have free universities, but they don't have culinary arts, they don't have gastronomy. But it was a big sacrifice of my parents to pay me my school. But now I'm really grateful, you know, that they did it. And I'm totally happy with my decision, you know. It's quite hard because it's like a kind of sacrifice be a chef. Because you work when other people is having holidays or doing stuff, work nights, double shifts.
better life in terms of safetyness. You know, our country is not safe. It's really dangerous, and you live with a lot of worries and paranoia, and it's not like this. You know, this is relaxed. Yeah, it's something that I can't complain. Yeah, I'm really lucky to have the staff that I got is all fun, and we all from Mexico, and we know what we want to show the country.
Gracias, ahí me pegan como un imán. Malas culpas.
Es el loco, one. Tienes que decir tu nombre, por favor. Tu nombre, por favor. ¿Y qué haces?
Yo soy...
No, en inglés.
¿En inglés? Sí. ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Wait. I am Christian. I am the chef of here. Thank you.
I know these guys are my family. My wife, the family of my wife. Yeah, it's quite hard, you know. You always need a family, but it's alright.
Yeah, I'm really happy to work here and to share my knowledge of my culture into Kiwi people.
It's nice. Show the people what is the real deal, And this is nothing. We got heaps and heaps of flavors of tacos in Mexico.
Well, the goal of Viva Mexico is to bring the real Mexican idea or Mexican food to Kiwis. Stop the janky American idea of Mexican food, and I think that will be my goal. My goal is grow slowly. Don't make a big deal, because tacos and Mexican food shouldn't be expensive or fancy. It will be home food and quick and tasty, and that's how we're doing. Trying to show the real deal of Mexican food. That's pretty much what we like.
Pasa en la vida, yo lo disfruto con calma y medida. Cada minuto que cruza mi mente, le pido a Dios que lo tenga presente por siempre. Cada segundo que pasa en la vida, yo lo disfruto con calma y medida. Las ilusiones que habitan mi mente, le pido a Dios que las tenga presentes por siempre.